November snowfall is forecasted to hit the Twin Cities, but right now, calm outside, and of course, a calm day inside U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. The scene a short time ago, this crowd decked out in purple, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. We're ready for football, folks, as the Vikings get set to do battle with the Denver Broncos. Get strapped in. It's just about time to get the party started. And we are underway from downtown Minneapolis. And able to get this out to the 25. Bridgewater now looking to throw on first. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. That's caught at the 25. Touchdown, Broncos. Jerry Jeudy with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Broncos have taken the early lead. On here, Brandon McManus for the point after. And he's got it. 7-0 Broncos.
The score, Broncos 7, Vikings 0. Brandon McManus to kick off.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. And, Charles, this defense, you might say they're looking forward to a matchup like this. You like to get a team, I would imagine, when they're down. And this is a group that's lost 4 straight.
But their head coach made it very clear in his weekly media availability that everybody's a threat. We're not taking anyone lightly. He's making sure that we know that he's grinding his team this week because, let's face it, who wants to be the team to lose to someone who's lost 4 straight games?
And they work this well upfield across the 45.
That turned into a very well-orchestrated play right there. Going to work his way out of the backfield to the right, and after he looked it in, he found plenty of space to roam and picked up big yardage.
1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. Handoff comes to Cook. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49. This defense for the Broncos, they were strong last week, CD, and that went over New England.
And that's not the half of it. They forced 7 turnovers in that game, and I know we always talk about turnovers coming in bunches once you force the first one. But 7? That seems almost impossible, but we watched it happen.
And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos 37.
Well, normally you see 3 tight ends in a formation. You have to think to yourself, this has got to be a run. And I know as a safety, when I saw that, I took an extra step or 2 towards the line of scrimmage. Instead, they threw the ball, and he found one of those tight ends for a very nice pickup.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 37-yard line. A give. This is Cook. Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play. I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. Cook following the penalty. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
Smith catches left side. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. Back-to-back 11-yard gains, and they've got another first down.
First down. First and goal at the 8-yard line.
Check. No. Come to my work. We want it. Come to my work. Under 10. 10. Check. 59.
The drop to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders fly into the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
On second down, it's Cook, and he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right in your playbook, one play drive's exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
And we'll see if it's that easy here. So this game, Charles, you know, we talk about potential unbeaten seasons a lot. It feels like every year at some point in the season we talk about that. But this is one of those games where if you're unbeaten, you got to be careful. You can't take this one too lightly.
You're exactly right about that. And by rights, this should be a cakewalk. Almost a week off. Let the starters run up the score in the first half. Backups get to play in the second. But you and I both know that funny things sometimes happen when you think this way. So it's incumbent upon the starters to really play well to make it work for this team.
On second and inches, Bridgewater. Flush to his right. That is taken in by the tight end Fan. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass in the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
Really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
At the 36-yard line.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with second and a yard. Bridgewater now. This is Gordon on the dump off. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30.
And they'll use him out of the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
A first down throw for Bridgewater. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Sutton. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
So a nice catch right there. And this receiving core, without their #1 wideout, keep that in mind. He's inactive this week, though it shouldn't be a long-term absence.
And I would think, partner, that this is where an offensive coordinator believes he can solve the problem by spreading the ball around. Because anytime you lose your #1 guy, it's obviously a blow to your offense. But there's also an opportunity to say, hey, they can't focus on trying to stop one guy. Keep spreading it around. The last part, each one of those receivers, they believe they're the #1 guy, and they're ready to step up.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
Broncos football as we begin quarter number 2, as they've got it with a 2nd and 4 coming up. Now a handoff. This is Gordon going left. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. From the gun, Bridgewater. Open man is Gordon, complete. And the Broncos are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
This on 1st and goal. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
Leads to 2nd and goal at the Vikings 4-yard line.
Gordon. Run, and he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver. Melvin Gordon with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Broncos have taken the lead. Extra point from McManus is good. And that makes the score 14-7.
Vikings 7.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt a return. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. 1-7, their record here at the midway point of the season. And right now, this organization, more than likely, if you look at it, CD, probably in for a rough second half of the season.
Well, we've seen teams turn things around in other places. I mean, we've seen 1-7 first halves turn into 5-3 second halves. But with this squad, I think these guys aren't playing to get into the playoffs. They're playing for their jobs. So is the coaching staff. They're coaching for theirs. Front office trying to keep theirs. The heat is on from all directions. And what's interesting is a lot of these guys are playing for jobs and trying to keep their positions. It might be just in the league in some other spot.
And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Going up top. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
And this is what you want to see from a defense. Give up an opening drive touchdown, that's fine. But how about them going back out there, recommitting themselves to the task at hand, and forcing a 3-and-out and giving the ball back to their offense.
On 4th down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt.
You rarely call your punter a weapon, but he certainly was there. How about that? Pinning him down at the 1-yard line and helping out the defense in a big way. I'm telling you what, if I'm a defensive coordinator, I might be thinking safety right now.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They are, for the moment, the best team in football, 9-0 entering play here. And, Charles, I don't know if we'd call them a surprise 9-0, but the way that they have been winning definitely opened up a lot of eyes around the NFL.
Well, what we've seen from them so far this season, you can't stop them on offense. You can't score on them on defense. So, to me, if you're going to play against them, you have to bring your best game and hope they throw a clunker in that day to give yourself a chance.
And all the way home for a Broncos score. Jerry Jeudy taking it goal line to goal line, 100 yards. And the Broncos able to show off their quick strike ability. Now McManus for the extra point. It's good, and it is now 21-7.
It's the score, Broncos 21, Vikings 7. Brandon McManus to kick off for Denver.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they, of course, coming into this one in the midst of a tough losing streak. They did get helped out by this time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football.
Now Gordon on first down. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense. A little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Here's Bridgewater.
This one swung out to Williams.
And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
On 3rd and 1, here's Bridgewater.
That's out to the flat for Gordon.
And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line.
Now, this is a quarterback that's already in the top 100 all-time in passing yards, but that last throw going to move him past Roger Staubach on the all-time list. Roger Charles at 22,700.
Don't forget, he also won 2 Super Bowls, played from 1969 to 1979. And I would dare say Roger's numbers would be larger. But remember, he had a commitment to the Navy, a graduate of the Naval Academy. And back then, you had to serve your 5-year hitch before you could go on and join the NFL.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I thought he did a nice job there setting an edge and make sure nothing could get to the outside. But he decided that wasn't enough for him. Worked his way back inside and made the tackle on the ball carrier.
2nd and 11 now.
Check. Lucky. Shift. Check. Hot route. Hot.
They'll try the right side this time here with Gordon. And yet again, he's stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Great job by this Vikings defense.
A loss of a yard on the play.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Flushed out right. A pass for Sutton is intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And the Vikings are going to take over at their own 11-yard line. Well, he's certainly not been afraid to take some chances downfield. Now, look, it's paid off for him a couple of times. That time, not so fortunate.
And that's where I want to start, what you said. It's paid off a couple of times. So his aggressiveness has been good for his offense for the most part. So he throws an interception there. No one likes that, but I would not rein him back in. The return on investment thus far has been pretty good. 2 touchdowns to 1.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. 2nd interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on, his teammates going to check on it, because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
So, CD, you talk about this football team. Some of the whispers and reports, the social media posts, they hint at a locker room that's splintered, badly splintered. There was talk earlier, some guys might walk away entirely, but that hasn't happened, however, at least to this point.
No, and sometimes some of that talk is just that, talk. I mean, guys often say, that's it, I'm out of here, and then they realize, I'm not ready to retire yet. What am I going to do now? And they're really ready to come back and dive back in. In fact, we've got guys who are wearing gold jackets in the Hall of Fame that talked about retirement the last 6-7 years of their careers. So that's not always real. And sometimes you just have to go ahead and ride it out. And this is an opportunity now for everyone in this locker room to move forward.
Around the NFL, a game going on in Washington.
And it's Washington out to an early lead.
And we'll keep you abreast of how that one shakes out. So they've been unable to capitalize on the great field position as of yet. Here's 3rd and 9. Play action now. Bridgewater. And a big loss here as he's taken down. And Daniil Hunter, he's the one who gets in there and brings him down to the ground. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. On fourth down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that,
yeah,
right?
He said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They start the drive with Cook. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. The corner, Ronald Darby, comes up to get him. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout called. They'll throw now on the final play. And he's got his tight end, that's Smith. And he'll be just shy of the 20 at the 19 as he goes out of bounds. So we come upon halftime with the visiting Broncos taking the lead to the locker room as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Vikings set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail it here as we resume play. And he will not bring it out. It's a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they trail here to begin the second half. What's going to be a key for them to get back in the game?
I think they're right there, and I think this game is still up for the taking for them because we always talk about turnovers. They had 2 of them in the first half, and once you start talking about if you have 3, 4, or 5, you know it's beyond difficult to try and win a football game with that. Those have to be eliminated. If they take care of the ball, they've still got a shot.
2nd and 11. He's got Smith here. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds.
For a tight end, he's got good straight line speed, and on that route, he's often the guy that gets overlooked. Nice job there finding him in stride for really good yardage.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll set up a throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over him.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
Now this throw caught left side, and he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Check 59. Mike is 59. Mike is 59. You don't want none of that.
They'll look to throw again. Goes right back to Smith again. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3.
First and goal at the 3-yard line.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be 2nd and goal. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. So that was a very nice play, Charles, from a very speedy cornerback. Gotta figure this is one they need here on 3rd and goal. Back to throw again. And this ball is caught by Irv Smith. Touchdown Vikings. Irv Smith Jr., his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Vikings are able to make this a close game again. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And maybe some renewed pressure on this unit following the touchdown a moment ago. It's back to a 1-score game.
And because of that pressure, because it's now a 1-score game, they know this is where you need to slow the momentum change.
Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted, thrown back across his body. Picked off by Von Bell. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line.
He exited the pocket trying to improvise. That was a tough throw, and unfortunately, it wound up in the wrong pair of hands.
And Brandon, when you're on the run, sometimes your downfield vision can get skewed just a bit. Now, the beauty of extending a play is sometimes your receivers find their way open, but oftentimes you end up closing down part of the field and bringing those defenders to the ball. And that one was picked off.
And incomplete, he dropped it. Maybe a rookie mistake there, 2nd down.
But defensively, you're over there trying to catch your breath and try not to show the offense that you're a little bit fatigued. You're right back out there after the turnover. Now they've got to work towards getting another couple of stops and forcing them into at least a long field goal situation.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And he will take this across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's the guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
Now a 10th carry for Melvin Gordon. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Throwing is Bridgewater. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Daniil Hunter able to record his 5th sack of the season. And keep in mind, in addition to the 2 sacks that he now has, CD, he's also had a couple of quarterback hurries. He's been very disruptive.
To put it mildly, and it reminds me of the time I asked an offensive tackle who struggled like this in a game. He said he was telling the coach, hey, what do you want me to do? This guy's just eating me alive. And the coach finally just looked at him and said, applaud.
3rd and long for Bridgewater. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. He's got it with the 15. Touchdown. Cortland Sutton, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Broncos will extend their lead. Now McManus to tack on the extra point. He's got it as they double up the lead. This one's now 28-14.
28, Vikings 14.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
Mike's 59. Mike's 59. Hey, let's get that ball, man. Let's get that ball. 59's Mike. 59's Mike. Check, check. 59. Watch QB throw.
They'll look to throw here. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
Mike is 59. Mike to 59. There we go.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And a big loss here as he's taken down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll look to throw. And this one incomplete. And another throw that really could have been, maybe should have been intercepted. That would have been number 4. Instead, it's 4th down. Here's A.J. Cole now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time.
Let's go. Let's do this.
before they can get the punt away whistles as we've come to the end of the third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
And this nearly an interception, but it's incomplete. Well, a turnover really would have helped him there, but not to be.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Bridgewater. Eluding the pressure right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
The Broncos on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Bridgewater. And he's dropped just shy of the 25 at the 24. That is an absolute backbreaker. That was a design passing play, wasn't a draw. You think you got him stopped, good coverage downfield, and he's able to pick up the first with his legs. Defensively, that kicks into your psyche and hurts a little bit, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and here's the thing. Anytime you give up a first down, it hurts you psychologically, but it hurts more when they get it this way because you've covered everything. He didn't have any place to throw the football. He takes off running and picks it up anyway, and now you have to stay on the field for an extra set of downs.
And intercepted, maybe the turning point they need. Jalen Thompson picks it. And he will take this across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. That is now 7 interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet, make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch him and see what's going on, and maybe they can pick up what the flaws are, and hopefully they can correct them.
Oh, I'm not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield.
Mike, check, 59, 59. I got you, boy. Watch the safety crease.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10.
Throw left side, taken in by Jefferson.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
The Vikings on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. They'll drop to throw.
And he's got this to Jefferson.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A 2-score game, obviously. Every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified. Big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
Wide open receiver complete. Touchdown, Vikings. A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Vikings have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter.
28, Vikings 21.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, one-score game.
Yeah, and if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping to you on the other side of the ball, saying, hey, we picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw it with confidence. If there's any hesitancy at all, it could end up in enemy's hands again.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Bridgewater to throw it. Escaping the pressure right. Now he's going to go deep down the left side. And this one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football. Nearly a 4th pick of the ball game.
Now that's a dangerous throw right there. Moving off to his right, throwing it all the way back across field to his left. I know he had a lot of confidence in his arm, but sometimes the ball can just hang up there when it goes that distance. He was fortunate, it was just incomplete.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Bridgewater now. And this one incomplete. And another throw that really could have been, maybe should have been intercepted. That would have been number 4. Instead, it's 4th down. Here's Sam Martin now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. 51 yards on the punt there. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And it feels like the momentum has shifted. They scored, then their defense forces that last punt. And now a chance to tie the game on this possession. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Flush to his right. Puts it on the carpet. It's out. It's picked up by the Broncos. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. And that play just looked a little helter-skelter from the start. That's the risk as a quarterback. Once you take off with that football, you might fumble it, and he did.
And he was going for the reward, which is gaining yardage, breaking down a defense. But you're right about the risk. Always lurking out there. Someone always trying to get to the football. Try to find a place to cover up and slide and protect what you've earned.
On 1st down, it's Gordon, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 39-yard line.
This is Gordon as they go to him again. And he's going to get this inside the 30. I guess he was saving his best for last, so to speak. Longest run of the day coming here in the 4th quarter right there.
And that type of run makes for a better night for him and his teammates, doesn't it? To be able to produce this late in the game can lead to some big smiles and satisfaction in the locker room after this one's over.
They'll run on first down. Gordon. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. This defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in, and all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
He is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. They'll say no gain on the play, so it was looking good, but nothing there, and now it's third down and inches. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They're facing a critical third down now as they try to hold on to this lead. To throw is Bridgewater. Open man is good and complete. And stepped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover. And they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a first and goal.
It's first and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. They'll try and punch it in. Gordon. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. This call down near the goal line. And this will result in him losing yardage back to the 3. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as he'll get it with still 1:20 left to go in the game.
Now they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is third and goal.
Another tote for Gordon. He's been busy this afternoon. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Melvin Gordon with his 13th touchdown of the year and second of the game.
And the Broncos add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week.
McManus's point after is good. And the lead now up to 14.
35. Vikings 21.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
And right now, defensively, you love that, don't you? I mean, you'll give them that play.
And they'll take it every single time. This is almost like nickeling and diming it downfield, and too much time's going to run off the clock.
2nd and 5.
They'll get this to Nwangu.
And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Check 52.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Cook. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Picked off by Bryce Callahan.
And the Broncos are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
Down to a knee goes Bridgewater, and that ought to do it.
Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right, just us against the world, and get it done, how happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something. And they did in this one. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. They'll go ahead and take the knee here, and the unbeaten season will continue. So this one will wind up a Denver victory, and they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one today